Divas, it's Advent day number 5. This is so cool. It's got a chocolate pot or a teapot with cups of a warm drink. It looks like there is whipped cream on top with cinnamon sticks. It could be mulled cider. It could be tea. It could be hot chocolate. It could be one of your favorite fun coffees too. So let's see what the Happy Planner sticker for the day is. For number 5. You know, if I can't salvage these Advent things, at least I can maybe salvage the door and put them on. Oh, neat. Here we go. Day number 5 is a bunch of candy canes. Absolutely can use them in my planner this week. Let's open the 12 days of Sparkle. And I believe we're doing it every other day. And did I open door number 3 on this one? Nope, this is door number 3. So let's see how I can open this without ruining the box. Again, I don't know why I don't want to ruin the box. But I like to reuse things. I'm just going to have to go for it because there's no salvaging some of these goodies. There we go. Ooh. Oh, how pretty. Here, let me close this up. Every other day I'm doing it because there's only 12 in this kit. And usually Advent is 24. Oh, wow. Nice. It is a diamond painting pen that is green down to a frosty white tip. Let's open it up and check it out. It's got 2 multi-placers with it, a 4 and a 7. And that is their normal. Now, if you go onto their website, Diamond Art Club, their website, they have all kinds of pens that you can order separately now, and they have all kinds of like everlasting tips that you can purchase as well. Oh, it's got frosty white on both ends. It automatically has the 4 placer on the end, but you can take that out and put the other one in. That's the 7 placer, and it comes with a single placer on the other end. That's pretty. Thank you, Diamond Art Club. Very beautiful. I know I will use that for my Christmas goodies. I won't keep the box, though. Okay. So, we're on day number 5 with Cateared. Where is the number 5? Can you find number 5? Oh, it's at the very top. At the very top. So let's see what goodies are in here today. This is a specifically diamond painting Advent calendar. Oh, how pretty. It's purple. I know a lot of you like purple. I'm going to put that in backwards so we don't see the number. This is a diamond painting tray that has been 3D printed, and it has a hole in the end. See the hole there? That's where you shake all the diamonds back into their container. It kind of funnels them out the end that way. Very nice. I'll have to try that out and see how well those ridges stand up. Thank you. This is very pretty. Very, very nice. That's from Cateared. Okay, we'll tie this one back up. And get our crafty kit out. Oh, you want to see the ornament finished from yesterday? Here is the little brown deer with antlers on it. And how that turned out. I just used the hot glue. And with the ears, the antlers here, I just sort of spread out the bottoms and glued it to the top that way. Because I couldn't see just sticking the points down there. There didn't have any grip to it that way. So here we go. I'm going to attach that to our little tree here, and I'll show that to you after a while here. Let's see. All right, number 5 kit. Do you see a number 5 on here somewhere? Oop, I think that's number 5. I am on day 5, right? Because I messed that up before. What is our craft kit for today? I don't want to get my elbow into the hot glue gun here. Maybe we won't even need that today. We might. Ooh. It's got more pony beads. It's got feathers, a blue and a red feather. Oh, I think we're making a dream catcher. We have a metal hoop. We have a little bit of yarn and a little bit of rawhide. Oop, and there's a green feather in here too. Red, green, and blue. Now, let me put the box back in here and turn the number away. And we'll look at our instructions for today. Alrighty, now let's look at the instructions, shall we? Oh my, yep. This has the rawhide going around the circle first, then taking the yarn and doing the crisscrossing in the middle, making kind of like a star in the center of it, and oh, all right. It has you hot gluing the feathers inside of one of the beads and hang them down from the bottom of it. So in the end, it's going to look like a dream catcher with a star in the middle. Should we see how we do that? Let's see if we can figure it out. All right. So it says wrap yellow string, it's rawhide, around the hoop. Okay. I might have to start it with the hot glue gun so that it stays in place. Because I have a feeling it won't stay there unless I do. What do you think? All right. So have you decorated your tree yet? I know we've been talking about trees lately. Right, let me put a little dot of hot glue on the ring here. Just one place. Okay. And start that here. And this may take a little while. If it takes too long, I'll cut and come back. What are your favorite ornaments to put on your tree, if you do a tree? I have a lot of Hallmark, Charlie Brown, Peanuts characters. I used to work at a Hallmark store, and I love the Peanuts characters, so I have some of their comic books, but going back to the 50s. Some even in different languages that I've collected on my trips. Excuse me. But I have some of those, and I have things from Germany that have been passed down. I have things that I've handmade when I was little. Things that my husband handmade when he was little. One he calls Halley's Comet. He calls a comet because it's hysterical. It's this paper mache round ball of crunched up paper, spray painted gold, so it looks like a planet or a rock, a gold rock, and then it has some sparkles like glitter glued on the outside of it. It's hysterical. So I have that on the tree usually. Let's see, what else do I put on my tree? I like to put like strings of fake pearls instead of tinsel. I like to use those. I have some Victorian ornaments that I made myself. I have some fake glass, like blown glass ornaments. I can't afford the real thing, so but just beautiful things. And ones that have been given to me over the years, either by the kids or for the kids, like baby's first Christmas, that kind of thing. And I don't have any from the grandkids yet to put on the tree. Of course, my daughter has so much stuff blocking my way to the Christmas closet, I couldn't decorate if I wanted to. She's got all my stuff. She's got all my stuff packed in. She's really doing a great job fixing up her basement apartment right now. They put drywall up in certain areas and painted, they insulated and painted. And then she put up some coat hangers and a key rack and some artwork that was my mother-in-law made for us that she likes a lot. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but still doing this correctly here. All right. This is interesting. I don't know why it would have a dream catcher, but it's kind of fun. I think I would use a different color for the ornament. What would you do? What colors would you use? I know the red and green, but feathers? Maybe sprigs of holly hanging down from them? Feathers are traditional. If you have different cultural things that you do, I love to know about traditions from different countries, different cultures. Like some have fish on Christmas Eve. They have special fish dishes on Christmas Eve. Do you put candles in your windows? We were told that if you put candles in your windows, it's like an invitation to travelers to say, "Hey, you would be welcome here." So my mom has candles in every window around the house, of course. And let's see. Do your dog and cat, your animals, ever get up into your Christmas tree and knock it over? I never had pets that did that. My daughter has 2 ferrets, and of course we don't let them out when we have decorations. And her cat doesn't seem bothered by it. It'll sit there and stare at the light sometimes. Most of the time my beagles were just too busy like running up and down the hallway to care about the tree, but sometimes they'd bump into it when they were being naughty in another way. But I never had any trouble with anything crawling up into the tree. The other year, a couple of years ago, it wasn't over the winter, it was like in the fall when the animals are starting to like gather up nourishment for the winter. I went into my bedroom and I stopped cold because under the window, on top of the back of the chair, oh gee, okay, glad that was covered in plastic because I just dropped my tea bag. Get rid of that. Okay, and on top of the back of the chair, sitting in front of the window, I see a chipmunk in my bedroom. In my bedroom. Now, I know the animals are trying to come in for the fall, but gee whiz. Good grief. Okay, well, there's some left over, so I'm just gonna loop it over and hot glue it on here. If you don't like the hot glue much because of the strings and maybe burning yourself, which is always a possibility, the strings, what you do to get rid of the strings is you take a blow dryer and just wave a warm blow dryer over it, and it will make the strings, the glue strings, disappear. I was thinking of that tip earlier. Okay, so now I have the loop here. Now what's next? Oh, how did I get the chipmunk out of my bedroom? Yeah, I'll finish the story. I slowly backed out of the room. I told it needed to leave. Not that I thought it would listen to me. I slowly backed out of the room, and I realized that under the air conditioner in my window, and a different window in the room, the paneling that takes care of the gap at the bottom, that snugs it up against the edges of the window frame, part of that was bent out. So I think the chipmunk came in there. And I think it was as afraid to see me as I was to see it. And when I came back in, it was no longer there. So my friend for Christmas that year gives me a stuffed chipmunk to remember. It's too funny. Alrighty. Now it looks like in the instructions here that it is doubled. They double the yarn. So I'm going to double it, and I'm going to start at the loop so that if I don't get it even on the ends, I can just trim it off evenly. So this has, well, it just says it starts somewhere. So I'm going to glue it on the back of where I glued the strap here. It doesn't say you need to glue it, but I might as well if I have it out and have it warm, right? All right. And it says, let's see, it just makes a star out of it and wraps it around. So it comes down that way. Yike! Oh, come on, you. Come on, you. Oh, I see what it did. Silly me. It has one side of it. It wraps it around on one side of it with one half, and then it does the double the opposite way around on the other one. So, okay, I get it now. So I come over here on the far side and bring it back up on the opposite side so that it's one leg, right? Then I would come down again on the opposite side. Is that right? Would that be right? No. It goes this way, then it comes over. Then it goes across and across and back to the top. Now I'm going to move these around so that it looks actually like a star. Ay, ay, ay. Here we go. You're just going to have to keep moving the yarn around until it looks like a star. And then it goes the opposite way so that it makes it double. So where this one came down, it goes down, but it goes on the opposite side. So that you're always going over top of the what was there last on the opposite side of the thing. All right, that's not too bad. And then I'd ask you to tie it off. And use that for the loop, but I like the yellow loop better, so. And actually, I would use yellow yarn. If I did this again, I would use yellow yarn. Just because yellow and yellow make a star, right? All right, so I am going to tie this off at the top. And hot glue the things down to the back. Oh, I see. I see, I see. Let's make a double knot here. A granny knot, right over left, left over right. It says here in fine print. Here we go. There we go. I am going to put a little dab of glue again at the top of the back here. Stick the tails over that so I can let it harden up and trim it off. So they stay in place. Yeah, see, you can't see it. Ouch, you can't see in the back. See how I did that? Now it says to glue the bead, feather, and pink thread together. Okay, it says tie anywhere. But it looks like it has 3, but I have 4 here. I don't really need them that long. There's one that can be longer in the center and one that can be half. So what I'm going to do is take one, fold it in half, cut it in half. So those are my 2 shorter ones. I can still cut them shorter if I need to, and I will need to. And this is the long one. So I'm going to start with the long one. I'm going to put it in the middle of the bottom here. Try to find the center. And tie the long one to the center of the bottom here. Okay, see how I did that? I'm going to hang it there. I'm going to tie it in the bottom. And the ends don't have to be even because I'm going to trim it off. Just want to tie it down right now. And what color should be in the middle? Maybe the blue. So I have one red and one green on the outside. Alright, so that's tied. Now I'm going to take the other 2 and tie them off, one on this side of the star, one on that side of the star. I really should have used yellow thread. I don't know why they didn't. I would have loved this kit when I was a little girl. I did tons and tons of crafts then. Glad I didn't get my nails done. Look at my nails, they're full of glue. If you see me picking on my fingers, it's because they're full of glue. Alright. How many of you did creative stuff when you were little? What kinds of things did you like to do? I don't know if you had this. Okay, back in the 60s and 70s, when you could get away with some of these strange kits, even though they might be a little toxic now. I had an enamel, I could make enamel jewelry, and it had a little kiln, like a jewelry kiln. And let me pull you in a little bit more to get for the feather work here. Alright, so I have 3 dangles, and I don't want them this long. I want them up pretty short. So I'm going to do these 2 at the same length. Okay. Here. Right, I think those are the same length. That's trash then. And I'm going to do this one a little bit longer in the middle. I don't think that's short enough because then we have the feather to go on the end too. And that one's going to be just a little bit longer. Not by much though. Okay, now it's saying to glue, thread the couple beads on the end, and then glue the feather up in the center of it. We shall do that. Come on. I need my little tray. Put the beads in so they don't go everywhere. The other thing I had, and I don't know, I haven't seen it in a long, long time. It's probably outlawed by now. The other kit that I liked was you had this goop that really, I mean, it was came in these little tin cans that you pry open the lid like a paint can, and it was really strong scented stuff. I'm going to twist this before I put it through here. And what it was is you made out of wire, you made loops out of wire, and you dipped it in this stuff, and it would put a glassy plastic, use the end of the paintbrush here, glassy plastic goop that would stretch itself between the between the little frame that you made. So like I would make leaves and petals, like round loops for petals and like oval loops for leaves, and they'd have different colors. You'd have like blue and red and green and all kinds of things. Yeah. And let's see if I can get 3 beads on, because I have plenty of beads here. It's 2. And I don't know, maybe the white one. And then you would take the end wires, you would leave a lot of extra wire on them, and then you'd stick them in styrofoam. You'd stick the ends in styrofoam so that it would dry for a couple hours. And you could bend the wire and make them into, shape them into like, leaves if you kind of like bent it. It's hard to describe. So, okay, get down in here. This is not the easiest thing in the world to do. But it then asks you to glue the bead up in there. So that's what I'm going to do. Glue the feather up in there. I'm going to put some goop on the end of the feather and stuff it up in the end here. Ouch! Yeah, I know. Goofy. Oh, don't set before you get in there now. Come on. You might want to do this part for your children. You don't want to get them burnt. Or you use a low melt gun. That's easy enough. Come on now. It didn't work here. It didn't work like I wanted it to. Come on, you. I'm going to cut the end of that feather off and try it again. It really got gooky. Alright, I'm going to cut that piece off too. See, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Ouch, man, that really... Alright, instead of on the feather, I'm going to put some glue up in this bead. You're going in there now? What are you doing? Okay. Then I'm going to stuff the feather into it. Yeah, that's better. I can't figure out how to do it the right way. You do what works. Make it work, Tim Gunn. Oh, I was going to put the blue in the middle, wasn't I? Good grief. Oh, well. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. Put the red in the center. Yeah, anybody have that kit? Anybody know what I'm talking about? I think it was a plasticine or something. And then you would twist the stem wires together after you make this little arrangement with them. And then you take green floral tape and wrap it around the whole stem. And you would make a little flower bouquet like that. I love that kit. I used it till there was no goop left. And of course, now, I probably know where my enamel kiln is. I probably know where that is. In my mom's side of the house, underneath the steps where she used to hide little kits and stuff. It's where I used to keep it. I doubt she's gone back there in years because the hutch is in front of it now. Kitchen hutch. But I know the plastic thing isn't there anymore. I doubt it. I would really love to find that. But, you know, just like the chemistry kits that you used to get, it's probably toxic. So they don't let you have it anymore. Let me know if you remember anything like that. If you remember anything. What are the kits from your childhood, your crafty kits that you remember doing when you were a kid? Write them in the comments below. I'd love to know. Okay, I'm going to squeeze the hot glue up into the bead here. Making sure there's some that comes out. And then I'm going to stick the feather in the end of it. Much better. Much better. So far, how do you like that so far? Yeah, I don't like the blue one either, but 'tis what it is. Maybe I can give it a little hot gluey on the end here to keep it oriented the way I want it oriented. There we go. Then we'll do the green one. We'll do the other end here. And yeah, I would love to know what you like to do as a kid. I knitted and sewed and cross-stitched and ornamented, and every craft kit down the pike, I had it. I begged for it. I wish I would have learned how to do cake decorating and stuff like that. I always wanted to try my hand at that. We used to make some really cool birthday cakes for the kids. One we made, it was like a bus, a school bus with Oreo cookie wheels, and we had M&Ms in the windows, painted like emoji faces on them. This was in the 90s when my kids were little. We made a pirate ship. I made an airplane cake for my mom when she was going away one vacation year. What else? We used to do, we made a pool cake. My daughter's birthday is in August. So we made a cake, and on the top we put this blue, like, not jello, but like, you know how you do the jello jigglers? It's like a stiffer jello. Well, we made that, and we poured that on the top, and then we took Teddy Grahams, and we had icing decorated them like bikinis and swimsuits. And we had the Teddy Grahams diving into the cake, and the diving and the slide, all kinds of things that these little teddies were doing on the cake. We have pictures of all of them that we did for the kids. But I mean, I wanted to learn how to decorate it with like the roses and all the pretty things you learn how to do in the Wilton catalog. I just never did that. Never too late, right? Okay, here is the dream catcher. Kind of looks like a pentagram if you ask me. My beads left over from another one, so I'll put that in here. Oh, we still didn't get to the... You poor dears. Still did not get to the soldier. Okay. Alright, I'm going to unplug the glue gun. I'm going to stick this on our little metal tree here. And let's pick at random. Our nutcracker for today. Hole in the bag for our stem here. And I'm just going to dig in and not know what I'm picking. Okay, I got a red and gold one again. And here are my drills. I have some trash to clean up from the past couple days here. Yeah. Let's see. What else did we like to do? Did you ever make corn husk dolls? Maybe if you're from the Midwest, you remember corn husk dolls. We used to make them. You would soak the corn husk until it was malleable, you know, until you could bend it around. And you'd twist it. You'd like stuff part of it and twist it, and then you'd put like a cape over it, and you'd decorate it all different kinds of ways. There's a Kutztown folk festival near here, and every summer they have the folk festival, and you can see people doing the traditional crafts for the Pennsylvania Dutch. There's the corn husk dolls. There's apple dolls, which you let an apple, put like a face on an apple, and as it dries it wrinkles and crinkles, and it looks like a really old really ancient old person. It's kind of funny. And then they have Scherenschnitt. That is very delicate paper cutting. It's very intricate. They have Frochter, which is a writing, a type of fancy old style writing that they used to make birth certificates and wedding announcements and things like that out of. One of these days I'll introduce you to some of those crafts. Maybe over the summer if I get to go, I'll introduce you to the folk festival if you'd like to see that. Put down in the comments below if you'd like to see some things from a folk festival this summer. And they would do the meaning of like hex signs. They used to call them hex signs, but they can call them barn signs. You go around Ohio and Lancaster and you see these round mandala looking signs on the barn, and each shape, each color means something. So it was either like good luck or prosperity or good health or happy marriage, that kind of thing. And they even have tours around here that you can go to the different barns and see examples of traditional, they used to call hex signs. Hex meaning warding away the bad spirits. It was not like putting a hex on anything like you would think from a witch's point of view. That's not what it was at all. And yeah, they had people that would do the dowser thing, you know, would search for like water, where to drill your well. They would have those dowser rods that would like seem to magically cross each other when it's over water. Always seemed to work. My grandfather's friend always used to do that. Okay, there are some number 3s in this. Let's find a number 3. Red. Before that, though, there are 8s and 10s. So let's get the 8 out. That's the 10. Here's the 8. A dark maroon gold. Okay, that's the belt of this young guy here. There we go. All right. What was your favorite holiday present of all time? Now I know there are some non-Christians out there, but sometimes even non-Christians, you know, give each other gifts and stuff at the holidays. Maybe for solstice, or even if it's just birthday or Kwanzaa, or I'm not sure what other holidays, what other religion would be out there. If you've gotten gifts around this holiday season, what was your favorite gift to receive? That's always a hard question for me. I don't know how to answer that one. Okay, where's the 10s here? I remember my parents were particularly tired one Christmas morning, and as an adult, I know why. That night, they built my brother his Hot Wheels track, which was, it would go through this shooter. It would be these tracks that you would link together, this plastic track, and you could manipulate it and go under and around and through things, and you'd zoom the Matchbox cars through it, and it would race them through. And so they had to put this contraption together so that he would see it when he woke up in the morning. And the same night, they decided to build me a metal dollhouse. They were up all night, my poor parents. They were up all night building the dollhouse and the metal track, the plastic track for my brother, and I don't think they got any sleep at all that night. And still having 16 for dinner that day. And my dad was not the biggest help with those kind of things. In fact, he'd end up taking a nap on the couch most of the afternoon. Not a big help at all. But, except the night before. So, I asked about your favorite crafts when you were a child. I asked about your favorite gift that you received when you were a child. And any traditions that you might have. I'm enjoying reading those in the comment section. Some of the fun things that you've been saying about Christmas trees and meals and things. Let's see what else. Oh, and if you have any animals, and were there any tree mishaps with your animals over the holidays? Or candle mishaps. Usually if you don't have a tree, you may have a candle. Candles up. We always had Advent candles, like the Advent wreath. You'd light a new candle every Sunday for 4 weeks, and then the big one on Christmas Eve. What else? You're going to get tired of talking about the holidays, and I am going to change my tune every once in a while and not talk about the holidays on some of these Advents. I know, I heard some of you, thank goodness. Yeah. But I do like talking about childhood. And hearing about yours. Let's see. Any other of you have to work this holiday? On your holiday? Any of you do jobs like that need to be on call? Maybe a doctor or a healthcare worker, phone operator, like for us, answering service. Do you have to work like your holiday? Are you in retail and you're going to be working a lot and exhausted the next day? Do you have your own business that you are frantically getting things mailed out right now? It took me 3 days, 3 different times, to get all the mail up to the post office from the giveaway. It was fun. Naturally, as I'm standing in line, if somebody only had like one thing or just wanted stamps standing behind me, I invited them to go in ahead of me. But at some point, I got tired of standing there, so I said, I really do have to take my turn now. Because I came in with bags and bags of boxes to send. That reminds me, if you got a kit or a mystery box in particular that you want to open up on the air on your own channel, send me a link. I'd love to see it. I'd love to visit your channel, your YouTubes, or if it's on Instagram or whatever. I'd love to see you open yours. If not, that's okay too. But if you're going to, I'd love to see it. Just let me know that you received it. Send me an email at wandasworkbasket@gmail.com. Just to let me know that you received it. Some of you already have. You don't owe me anything in return. You really don't. It was a lot of fun just to do it. The reward is in the doing it. And knowing that hopefully you or somebody that you know will enjoy the kits that you make from it. That's the only reward that we need. I didn't expect there to be so much traffic out tonight. Holy cow. Somebody called a doctor's office today on the emergency line, trying to get through to the emergency line before the doctor's office closed for the afternoon. And Apparently they had gotten a hold of the doctor the day before or whatever, and the doctor had recommended for their cough. I never heard of these together, but honey and cinnamon. Now, you may have heard that as a cure for a sore throat, honey and cinnamon. Usually we have honey and lemon together, a hot toddy thing with a little bit of brandy mixed in with it too. Not for, well, yeah, even for children. They gave it to me as a child too. So I can't say. Yeah. Oh, this ball chain does not have the link at the end, so let's get another one. I have to be careful. I'm just going to put that out here. Again, these nutcrackers only have one side. All the links for the advent kits and things will be down below. In case you want to keep it on your list to get for next year. There might still be some Diamond Art Club advent kits left. Okay. Here we go. And here is today's nutcracker. Thank you for joining me for this advent collection of goodies for the little Whip and Talks as we work together on our goodies. I thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, Divas.